So I've had quite a few folks who follow me on Twitter in response to the videos that I put out yesterday, kind of detailing the fact that there is a difference between a semi-automatic firearm, which this AK variant is, and a full automatic assault rifle. And what I was getting from folks is, never mind the fact this is not an assault rifle. The social justice warriors, they decided they wanted to kind of change the narrative. So what their question was is, well, Robbie, why do you need a rifle like that you can use to fire 30 rounds, which this guy can. It's a 30 round capacity magazine that I've got in. What do you need this for? You can't use this to hunt deer. Well, this video is in response to that. And first, let me be very clear about something. I live in northwest Montana. I'm just south of the Canadian border. And this Halloween will be the 6th year that I've been here to Montana. So I just want to kind of put that out. It's a milestone. Very glad to live here. It's a beautiful state. I doubt I would ever take this AK-47 variant out with me to hunt a deer. Typically I like to use my SKS for that. That said, this rifle is more than capable of taking a deer. It's more than capable of taking most of the game around here, elk included. So as long as you're within about 100 yards, the round is perfectly capable of that. Probably wouldn't want to go with a moose with it. I guess I could, just really rather, I wouldn't want to do that, but I digress. The question I was getting is, why do people need this gun? Let me first start off about why I want it, and then why people in a urban environment want to have it. First is going to be, at least for this particular gun, this rod chose an AK-47, it was born in an Arctic environment, which is what we are in here. It's alpine, it's cold, it gets well below zero, you get a lot of snow. That's the environment that this particular gun was born in. I know for a fact if it gets wet or if it's dirty or what have you, this gun simply is not going to care. I pull the trigger, I know for a fact it is going to fire. I know for a fact that I can rely on this gun to put meat on the table and to defend me and to defend my family. Now, let's just say, for example, if I did not live here in northwest Montana, let's say if I was back home in Pensacola where I was when I moved up here, I challenge you folks to go on YouTube or go on Google and then do a search for home invasions. Most home invaders don't come in by themselves, they come with a lot of friends. Almost always that's the case. Your standard 40 caliber handgun, which is what I have, if you watch the review that I've done on the Jericho 941, is a 12 capacity magazine. Let's say if I have 2 or 3 or 4 bad guys who are coming in, let's say for example that they're armed. Let's say they're armed with 9mm, 15 capacity rounds each. The Jericho simply is not going to be the right tool for the job. And what I know what you're going to say is that, well, what are the odds of that happening? Well, probably not very good. The odds are on my side. And the thing is, it doesn't ever happen to you until it does. And again, go on YouTube, go on Google, do a search. It absolutely does happen. And typically folks who are not prepared, they end up paying a heavy price for that. Sometimes they're beat. Sometimes folks are sexually assaulted. Sometimes they're killed. All the above. This is reality. I understand that has a negative connotation for some folks. It doesn't really matter. what you think up here, what your perception is, doesn't really affect the world of anybody else. Just because you live in your mind does not mean that everybody else does. That is one reason why having a rifle such as this or an AR-15 is a extremely valuable tool to have in that type of a situation. A couple years ago, there was a lady in Georgia. Fella broke into her house. She had a little 6-shot 38. She shot this guy in the head 5 or so times. He didn't stop coming. If there had been one more person with this guy, this lady who's defending herself and defending her children, should have been in a bad way, folks. A rifle, a semi-automatic rifle, is, in my opinion, one of the single best tools that you can use to defend your home, especially if you're having to engage multiple home invaders. Folks, it happens. Another thing you just want to kind of keep in mind, why do I have this type of gun? I do a lot of driving, here in Montana. Towns are really kind of far and spread out. There's a saying here, it's pretty accurate. Montana's a bunch of small towns with really long streets, which absolutely is true. Having a semi-automatic rifle like this in the truck, if I break down what have you, I have a tool that I can use, again, to put food on the table. I have a tool that I can use to defend my family. And let's go ahead and take this up a step further, because I know this is what a lot of you folks are really kind of itching for. I'm not going to go there. Ultimately, the fact is, the Second Amendment says what it says, and it means what it says. It is the right of every free man and free woman to own a gun. The Second Amendment is clear. It says that right shall not be infringed. Unfortunately, it's been infringed by quite a few of our politicians. It happens. It sucks. But that's the biggest reason why I want to have one of these, I guess, is because it is my right to have it. And for where I am, it is absolutely the right tool to have. If you are in an urban environment, this is the right tool that you can have. In the LA riots, when the looters and the rioters are coming up, you can find videos on YouTube of the Korean merchants engaging the looters and the rioters with semi-automatic rifles. They're using SKSs. Some of them had a couple of AR-15s. There is no better implement to defend yourself, defend your life, defend your property as a versatile tool than a semi-automatic rifle. Folks, that's an absolute fact. And just going to finish off with this. I submit to you that as twisted and as corrupt as our government is, the only reason why we have any semblance of the freedoms that we have is because there are millions and millions of gun owners such as myself who are armed with semi-automatic rifles. We know how to use them. And there are times when social order breaks down. Hurricane Katrina is a really good example. Ferguson, Baltimore, the riots have been going on all around the country. Social order breaks down. When that happens, you are the first responder. I've done another video on this already. The police are not the first responder. You're the first responder. It is your responsibility, yours and yours alone, to defend yourself, defend your family, defend your property. A semi-automatic rifle is the best tool to help you do that. But I know one of the things you're going to ask, well, Robbie, why do you carry a pistol? Because I don't want to walk around town with an AK-47 slung across my back. That's why. Right tool for the right job, for the right place. My pistol safeguards me and my family whenever we're out and about. My rifles defend me and my family whenever I'm home and we're out in the woods hiking, whatever it is we're going to be doing. That is why. And if you care about your family, if you care about your freedom, and if you don't have a semi-automatic rifle, you need to go out and get one, folks. Get one, learn how to use it, train with it, get efficient with it, know how it works. And I really do truly believe that you'll thank me for that. At least that's my hope. And again, I'm going to close with this and call it a night. Got work tomorrow. If you haven't already, join the NRA. Get involved. We're coming up on very difficult times right now as a society, as a country. Elections have consequences. I truly, truly hope that Donald Trump wins. If he doesn't, and we get elected with Hillary Clinton, she is going to start trying to do everything that she possibly can to ban or regulate weapons like this. This is a weapon system. This is not an assault rifle. Whenever I go to work, this gun does not get up and walk around by itself and start shooting people. This is a tool, like a car, like a hammer. Get your tools, learn how to use them, get efficient, and especially in the case of guns, if you're a gun lover, if you value your freedom, if you're a libertarian, if you're a conservative, or if you're a classical liberal and the right to self-defense is important to you, which I hope it is, because that's the most basic right of every single one of us around. If you haven't already got a semi-automatic rifle, go get one. SKS is a great platform to learn on. AK-47s, AR-15s, whatever it is that's comfortable to you, whatever it is that you can afford with your budget, just go get one, get trained with it, learn how it works, and just don't fall for the hype that guns like this are scary, that they're evil, that the people who own them are scary, and that they're evil. They're not. I can 100% promise you, like when Hurricane Ivan went through, and we back home in the Florida Panhandle, there was no power, there's no water, things got kind of dicey. I was very grateful that there were people around who had a semi-automatic rifle who were able to help keep order whenever the police just simply were not able to. I could count on them. They could count on me. That's what it's all about, folks. A semi-automatic rifle is the absolute best way to defend the liberty and the tranquility of your particular neighborhood, where it is that you live, your town, your city, wherever it is that you happen to be in. These are freedom teeth. Learn how to use them. Don't be afraid of them. I hope that you folks have a good night. If you've appreciated this video, please like it, share it, help me get the word out. And I hope that you folks truly have a good evening. And look forward to seeing y'all soon. Bye-bye.